Welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I am one of your hosts, Colin Marshall. Colin Marshall. Jesus Christ.
There it is. Yep. You're
Yep, good start.
I'm
restart.
rusty. I gotta shake off the rust. All right. All right. Welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I am one of your hosts, Colin, joined here by Marshall, Donnie, and Dallas. As always, there is a ton of news breaking today. We'll get down to all of that in just a few minutes. But first, Marshall, how'd we do on picks this week?
Was a interesting week. I would say this one was a well-rounded week for everybody. A lot. There's some interesting ones here. I will say, but so starting off in last place, back to his roots. He's going back to last place. It is myself back in last place, but not that bad. With an 8-5 record in last place. So not that bad for last place. I'm looking for a pen. I don't know where my pen went, but I would like a pen. But
I got one.
eight. Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks. I thought I left it right there, but oh well. So 8-5 is not too bad. Tied second and third place, actually tied. Donnie and Colin with a record of 10-4, tying for second place.
Second place. That's wild.
You got me one, please.
Yeah.
And then first place, obviously, Dallas, with maybe the best record we have seen, going almost perfect, 13-1.
It was that Bears Jags game, man.
The Bears Jags game. He picked the Jags. We all actually picked the Jags, which is crazy.
Damn, you should have put a fucking parlay down.
Man,
I know.
Man, well, he'd have been more. Yeah, he'd have be more pissed because he'd have missed by one leg.
Well, I'm just saying, avoid one.
So yeah,
game.
Dallas
Should've been the game
obviously.
you avoided.
Thank you. Dallas obviously only missed the Jags game. So besides that, we were about half. It was This was probably the most easy week to pick picks. We all got the Ravens right. We all guessed the Colts. We all guessed the Texans. We all guessed the Eagles. I lone wolfed the Broncos and they lost. We all got Pittsburgh. I lone wolfed the Panthers. They lost as well. Another developing. This is how it's got to go. The Marshall curse is still alive with picks. I picked the Cowboys, alone with the Cowboys. They lost. I've still yet to pick a Lions game right, so I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna be upset. Yeah. So it was a pretty honestly modest week. I wouldn't say anything crazy stuck out. Lots of people just jumping on the same side, but ultimately Dallas was almost perfect. If he went with Chicago, it would have been we've never had in a year and a half, we have never had a perfect full slate of picks. So I thought that was
Maybe this week.
I think that was yeah, okay.
I got us this week. Don't worry, guys.
I think that was probably the closest that we've seen. So but yeah,
Closest we'll probably ever get to.
I won't update us this week on the overall. We'll do it next week. I don't want to do like every week, so that way it can kind of stay anticipation on what's going on. So yeah,
Fair enough. All right. Well, shit ton of news broke today alone.
This has got to be like the biggest fucking
where do we even want to start?
In season news day of all time. Like it's got to be up there.
Because you got Devontae got traded, Amari Cooper got traded, Aleem McNeil got extended.
I didn't realize how freaking massive Aleem McNeil's deal was. That was a 4-year, $97 million contract.
He deserves everything.
I was trying to see what the number was, like what he got paid, but
like that
could have been $400 million. I would have been okay with it.
I was about to say that's crazy, but I mean you gotta understand that man is the best D tackle we've got. That's the best. That could be one of the best D tackles in the end of the Lions that we've had ever. Because we've just never had a great defensive line, but it's well deserved for him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, even taking out the Lions bias, he's got to be a top 10 defensive tackle just by metrics,
100%.
like at least pass rushing. He's a top tier defensive tackle pass rushing. Like he's incredible. He was incredible before he lost all the weight and really stepped up the game. And like ever since he lost the weight last offseason, he's just taking it to.
Well, he forced what's his face for the Cowboys, their center, to have the worst pass protection grade of his entire career on Sunday.
Love it.
See, and people, he doesn't get the recognition he deserves because obviously the stats don't show it. He's only got 10 and a half sacks throughout his whole career. 5 came last year, 2.5 he's got this year so far, 2 in year 1, but that doesn't show everything.
He's a true defensive tackle though. He's not like a Chris Jones who will bump outside and do that kind of shit. He's like a true like taking on the center, taking on a guard every single rep.
It doesn't show how many actual pressure, like how crazy he is. Amazing run D tackle, and then really good on the pass as well. He just blows up everything, and he's gonna be great for us for the future.
So staying Lions centric, I can't believe we didn't lead off with this. We all got to get pretty somber with the Aiden Hutchinson injury. That should have led off the show. That is our bad. That is a big deal.
I was gonna work backwards since so much happened today. Just work back through the week.
Fair enough. I feel like that
we can get to it. We can get to it for sure.
Devontae Adams to the Jets, which is, I mean, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, it's like, the Jets are going through a lot. It just seems like it is so crazy how both those teams, like Amari Cooper just went to the Bills, how literally both those teams literally just played last night. They woke up the next morning and the GMs were like, all right, we need to go get a wide receiver. It's like they both did the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. The Devontae to the Jets was like, okay, yeah, I feel like people could see this coming. Rodgers and Devontae are like brothers, and then it's like they need this. Amari Cooper to the Bills was out of left field, but I'm all here for it. Amari Cooper is underrated as hell, and he is a dog. He is a dog, and he's been getting traded a lot, like his career. But like you look at his stats, and he's insane. So, like over his career, he's like when he was in Las Vegas, he had 2 1,100-yard seasons. And then when he was in Dallas, he had 2 1,100-yard seasons. And then actually his best season was last season with 1,250 yards and 5 touchdowns. The year before that, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. These are all with like, the years in the Cowboys.
He had like 6 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, and the years in the Cowboys, the one year he had 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. That one was his best year. Dak played full time. The one year he had another 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns. That was the year Dak got injured, and then the year after that he got injured.
Rush.
So, yeah,
Rush.
He's really
legend.
Even this year, he's gotten over 3 receptions every single game. So he is. I feel like because it's not like he's going into a team where it's like Diggs. If Diggs were still there, it'd be a dumb move because Diggs is a problem, and he will just make it a problem. He's going into a team where it's not even close. He's literally going to get once him and Josh Allen start clicking, it's gonna be deadly.
I'm shocked he wasn't a Chief. That was like a move in my brain that I was just kind of like, okay.
That would be another team that'd be nasty.
I was like, I don't know when he's going to get traded, but like he's been like in the rumors. And I was just like, that's a great fit with KC. But I mean, smart Buffalo trading for him because I feel like if the Chiefs would have eventually traded for him, you might as well get him first and take it. Not only help yourself, but take away from an opponent. So that was
definitely.
I'm excited to see Amari Cooper and that Bills offense. Devontae Adams on the Jets is going to be interesting. How it's really going to help them, I don't know. Like, is it really going to boost them up to be able to make a playoff run? I don't think so. Like, they have no coach, and they do have a coach, obviously, but no head, like a true head coach that's leading them. And they're just kind of, I feel like, a scrambling team right now. A lot of talent just doesn't seem like the person to lead them, which is a little bit on Rodgers, I feel like, but is a lot on just this shit that's been going on. So I don't know about that one. We'll see.
It's sorry, not to cut you off. I was just gonna bring up. It's very interesting, Devontae Adams. I feel like we haven't ever seen this with a wide receiver before, because like usually a wide receiver will bounce team. Like if they get the diva label, it's always like either A, they want to win, like they're sick of playing with a shitty quarterback, they want to win. So that's why they ask out. Or they want money, like a Tyreek Hill, like he just wanted to get paid, so he left because he wanted to get paid. Maya Adams is a weird 3 where like it doesn't really seem like he cares about winning or like being a top paid guy. He just wants to play with like a quarterback he likes,
He
which
does.
like
If you,
I
I mean, we
get.
all watched receiver, and we saw the frustration.
It's
Oh
very
yeah.
fun because like when the trade stuff first got announced, the 2 teams he said he would want to go to was either the Saints to play with Derek Carr or to go play with Rodgers again, and it's like both of those teams aren't in a great spot. Like he just really was like, I don't give a fuck what the situation is. I just want to play with my guy. Like I honestly kind of respect it.
Oh, I think it's sweet. I like it. Dallas, you were going to say something. Thank
Oh,
you.
I was just gonna say that going back to Marshall saying the Jets are like a weird team. They are a super weird team in a weird position because like on paper, this team should be really good.
Oh,
But
100%.
like on paper, this team should be a Super Bowl contender, but they're not. And it's just the way they're spinning their wheels right now. Fired Saleh, Rodgers is throwing picks, more picks than he has in his entire career. And they're just not, the defense isn't holding up like it used to. It's a weird team this year.
I'm with back to Donnie. I do respect Adams for that aspect. That he just wants to get the ball, and like that's why he went to the Raiders in the first place. He was like, okay, the Packers
Hmm.
aren't really don't want me anymore, which sucks. So I'm gonna go play with my college quarterback and Derek Carr, and he
And
had a
they
good
shipped
year one, and
and
he
they
he
shipped that motherfucker to New
he
Orleans.
did have a he
I
did
feel
have a
so
good
bad
year.
for him for that. Like
Oh
that was
yeah,
such
he had
a
a
shitty situation for him.
and it's exactly what he wanted. He had a good year one, and he's like, I just want to go play with the quarterback that I know is good. Then, like as we saw in receiver, his frustration and like his first year, like you look at his career, it's funny enough, his best year is that first year in Las Vegas because the 2 years in competition or 3 years in competition 2020, 2021, and 2022. 2020 in Green Bay, 1,300 yards, 18 touchdowns. 18 touchdowns is crazy.
That's nuts.
Then Green Bay in 2021, that's 1,500 yards, 1,553 yards, 11 touchdowns. But Las Vegas in 2022, 1,522 yards and 14 touchdowns. So probably his best year, the most yards and the second most touchdowns. So, like, obviously, that's what he wanted, and he got it. He went and played with Derek Carr. They weren't they were like a half playoff team, but he literally had his best season. And then the fucking Raiders became the worst franchise and said, yeah, that QB you wanted to play with, he's getting out of here, which was stupid because Derek Carr is actually a good QB. Not a great QB. He's not top 10, but he's absolutely top 15 in my mind when healthy and playing. So that was kind of wild. So I do respect it in that aspect that he just wants to play.
I got 2 more things to say on the Adams situation. One is I don't want to give the numbers wrong, but I saw this stat. Since 2017, the top wide receiver quarterback duos in terms of touchdowns. Number 3 was Adam Thielen and Kirk Cousins with, I believe, 39. The second was, I think it was Mahomes and Tyreek, if I'm not mistaken. They had like 42. And then the top one was Adams and Rodgers, and I believe they had 58. So like their connection is really good. And like the Jets aren't a bad team. Like I think, like Dallas said, and on paper everything's fine. I think their only problem is like Rodgers is just fucking old at this point. Like I like Aaron Rodgers, like kind of, but like he doesn't have it like he does. But like the Jets should be optimistic. I just went through their schedule. They have, I believe, let me just make sure. Yeah, they have 3 teams with a winning record for the rest of the year that they play against. So like their schedule's not bad. It's there for them. Like they have a lot of division games left. They get to play the Bills again, which is one of the only teams with a winning record. But like it's all there for them. Like if they put it together, like they can easily. I think they can make the playoffs. And if you make the playoffs with Rodgers and he can kind of turn back the clock just for 3 games, like they can go on a run. I wouldn't bet on it, but like it's possible.
Yeah, that would be something. Other news in the NFL, This isn't really crazy, and we better not spend more than a couple minutes on this. The Jaguars got approved for a new NFL stadium, which is kind of crazy. I always had that small thought in my mind that the NFL was going to announce that they would be a London team, but how hard that would be, it'd be insanely hard. But like the Jaguars going to London, I mean, they're playing back-to-back weeks in London, and the way it's like. That's crazy, especially after a loss. They gotta fly all the way home. They don't stay there. People think like, oh, they just stay there. That's not how that works. They go home. They go home and then they gotta fly immediately back. It's
back to back. Those back to back. No,
back.
they stay there.
Oh, are you sure they stay there?
They stay there.
No, I
That's
did not.
It wouldn't make any sense for them to fly that.
Yeah.
I didn't think they
For like a
stayed there.
day.
That's why when like the Jags play in there twice, that's why they do it back to back, is because like the logistics of that. Like if they were to play week 3 in London and then week 9, like that's so much travel. That's so much, like they would not force them to do that.
I don't know, but still, I thought they were going to try and sneak a London team, but I thought the Jacksonville was one of those teams that might eventually get moved, but now they're approved for a new stadium, so.
I just think they'll be always one of those teams that just have like a big London following and they play there a lot. I don't know if you guys saw renderings for the stadium. These new stadiums that are coming out, you guys don't even have to look up the rendering. It's fucking SoFi Stadium, just copy and pasted. Like it literally looks 90% identical.
I hope Detroit never doesn't plan on getting a new stadium ever.
I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. I don't think you guys have been there, but like I've been to SoFi a couple times. The fucking canopy style stadium, like that's not cool. Like it's not. It's just a wind tunnel. That's all it turns into. Like you're in the weather that's outside, but like it's just kind of shittily covered. You know what I mean? So like I feel like a lot of these places should not have that style of stadium.
Yeah.
Like I believe
I just like the classic
cool.
stadiums.
It looks cool.
I don't even think it
And,
looks cool. Like it
for
looks
like an LA stadium, I think it looks like solid, you know. But
it's
like,
fine until we get like 5 of them that look like that. You know what
right?
I mean?
I was gonna say then it loses its appeal. Like it
Honestly,
should be
like the stadiums I like Ford Field. The way the looks are, Ford Field, Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, I think is like I think that's a nice stadium. And then like I've always said Mercedes-Benz is sweet.
That is a sweet stadium.
I
I
think
think
the newer stadiums, I like that one. I think the roof, like the roof opening is kind of weird. And
it isn't it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not a fan of the circle jumbotrons. I don't know if you guys have been in a stadium that has that.
Nope.
I have.
SoFi has
It
that.
honestly wasn't that bad when I was there for the Peach Bowl.
It's not awful, but like
Even though we just
if
absolutely
you
beat the
option
brakes
that
off
or a
of them,
normal Jumbotron, I'm picking a normal jumbotron. 100%.
I think Jerry's World is a nice stadium. I'm not gonna lie.
That's one I
Even
want.
though-
Except the window, dude. The window.
I don't know why stadiums have that. That is so fucking weird to me.
I went to
And
Lucas.
Like,
I
I feel like it only ever like actually hurts the Cowboys. I don't think it ever actually hurts the visiting team ever.
It's not even that you have the window. Like the window's fine. That in and of itself is fine. But why do you keep building these fucking stadiums east to west so the sun is a factor? Build them north and south if you're gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like take that like the sun setting out of it. Like why do you even open the fucking door for it to be a problem?
Even Lucas Oil when I was there was nice, but I didn't realize. So this year's Super Bowl is in, I believe,
New Orleans.
New Orleans, and next year's is San Francisco. 2027 is LA again. Like I was, people. That's what people. I saw the comment, and it's like, why is LA getting it again? I think it's so stupid how SoFi, like Donnie said, it is not that great.
It's the Chargers half of SoFi this time.
Yeah, but like still, it is not. It's so stupid that they're getting another one. And then 2027 actually just got announced as Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is again one of the cooler stadiums I really would like to see.
It is a really cool stadium, I will say.
It looks cool.
I was not sure how I was gonna feel about it because I heard like mixed reviews. Like sitting in the stands, like taking in a game, it was a cool ass stadium to be in.
Yeah, it seems like a well built, like the way it is stadium. Mercedes-Benz is also one of the teams that we also need to talk about this, but I don't know their owner's name. I think what's their Falcons owner's name?
Oh
Falcons.
god, I can picture him in my head.
Robert Bryant, the older guy. They do a good job. Like their pricing for Atlanta, like their pricing in that stadium is insanely good. But I'm not gonna get into that. I want to get into. Did everyone hear that man Jerry Jones, what he said on that talk show to that reporter,
Yes.
Colin,
I was
I know
just
as a
watching that.
Colin, I know as a reporter, you got to be fed up. But did you see then Shannon Sharp came out and ripped Jerry Jones a new one? Basically,
Yes, I
said,
did.
"How fucking dare you threaten a man's job because he comes out and says, 'Hey, what's wrong with the Cowboys?'" And bro's like, "That's not your job. I'm gonna actually seriously find someone new to put in your position." Jerry Jones is a fucking bitch. He is the problem with the Cowboys. He needs to get the fuck out of there now. Like they need to fucking fire his ass. There's nobody to fire him, but he needs to be just extradited off the
Well, I
fucking
mean, he's
planet.
not going to sell the team.
He
He's
needs
not going to
to.
sell the
He
team
needs
until
to
he
just
dies.
have the wherewithal to
And it would
sell.
have to be his family, and I don't think his family's going to sell it. It's like how the
No.
Fords, for the
Shannon
longest
Sharp put
time,
it
were
in the
stubborn
most.
and were like,
This is maybe the most accurate thing Shannon Sharp has ever said. Jerry Jones wants all the credit for when they do good things, but does not want the criticism when they do bad things. And exactly how it is. How dare a talk show ask, "Well, what's gonna what's gonna going on? What's gonna happen?" Like, can you not take the criticism? You put yourself in this position to be the owner and the GM. Like, how are you not gonna expect that? Jerry Jones is a top tier bitch. I hate him.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys look at it anymore, but like the way that like the media covers them, and the way like guys like Micah and CD and Dak act, like not only to the public but like in their podcasts and all that shit. Like the Cowboys
Spiraling.
they're probably the best non-serious team. Like they will not win anything. They are more of a soap opera TV show brand than they are an actual sports team.
Until they get Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy out of there, they won't win nothing.
It sucks too because like Jerry, like for all like how fucking dumb he is and all the shit that is bad about him, like there are good parts about him running the team. Like I think he's drafted well in the last few years. I think he handles contracts so fucking bad. Like from Dak to Micah to CD, all like the drama with these contracts. They get overblown like coverage wise, which it's the Dallas Cowboys, it's gonna happen. But like he also signs them at bad times, and then like some of the off-season stuff he does. But like he drafts well, like he does some things right. It's just like he's too fucking involved. Like, and it's just too much of a show, and it's too media driven, and like the brand he's built is amazing, but it's just too much. It's not a football team, in my opinion.
Well, before we jump into picks, we'll talk about
last thing. Brady got approved to be a Raiders owner. That somehow swept under the new that was
this week.
pretty interesting. I figured. And then also God damn it, the page just refreshed and I just lost it. I haven't read into this. I just saw this fucking headline that Robert Kraft said. The quote was, "I regret giving Bill Belichick too much control, like too much power in the Patriots organization." I swear, I just saw.
I thought you were gonna say a report because I saw a report too of Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady trying to buy into ownership of the Bills, like out of nowhere, left field. That
right here 6 hours ago. Patriots Robert Kraft admits he gave so much power to Bill Belichick, and shame on me is what he said. Speaking of out of touch owners, what the fuck kind of quote is that? That is like I haven't obviously read it, but like that's just a bad fucking headline for him.
Yeah,
like
that's wild.
Why did I give the best coach of all time a good job?
Like
why did I give the coach that made me a career fucking like
literally like the Ford should have said that about like Matt Patricia. You don't say that about the greatest coach to ever walk around. That's just fucking that's insane.
Well, I guess we do. We'll talk about. We'll first talk about the positives of the Lions. Straight belt to ass on Sunday with the Lions versus the Cowboys. Like, not even a challenge. Like, it wasn't even a game. Not even for we've been asking for this for a while. Like, can we just have a game where we just absolutely dominate the whole game? That was literally this game. There was not a second besides like the first 2 minutes of the game. There was like literally the first drive. The Cowboys put up 3 points on the board, and we were like, "Oh, well, this could be a dogfight." And then all of a sudden we scored. Then we scored again. Then we scored again. It was like unbelievably just built to ass, just
The
unbelievable.
second we were throwing to offensive linemen, like unironically,
Yeah, that Ben Johnson was literally out there in the fourth quarter, like how I pick plays in Madden. Like, all right, this play looks
like the
crazy.
Eric
I'm gonna
Decker
run
thing
it.
was one thing because like that has like a history thing, and that was kind of a fuck you Dallas kind of moment. But the Panay Sewell
That one was
play,
awesome. I love plays to Panay Sewell. I mean, he's the
putting Dan
biggest guy in the
Skipper
world.
out at
Nobody's
wide
taking.
receiver.
Nobody
What
is
are we
taking.
doing?
Nobody is
What are
taking
we
Panay Sewell
doing?
down. Panay Sewell's not
Panay
getting taken
Sewell-
down.
The Panay Sewell hook and ladder is the coolest fucking play of all
Yes,
time.
all
I
I wish
love
we had
that play.
saved it, man. I
So
wish we had saved
No.
it. Like
See,
that should be
that's the
like a
thing.
Super Bowl winning play, not a up
Super
35
Bowl
in
winning
Dallas.
play.
This is
If
the
Ben
thing.
Johnson pulls that out in the Super Bowl, give him the NFL, just like the whole
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah,
The
This-
NFL.
you know
this
he would
is
do
kind
some
of the
crazy shit
thing.
like that, like 4th and 3, like need it, like 15 seconds left, 4th and 3 from like the 15-yard line, need a touchdown to win it, and they want to like go for it. Then yeah, no, absolutely call that play, but call it so that it's like legally done, so it doesn't get called back this time.
This is my thing because I've heard that comment a lot, and even Brady was saying that, or the other one, Kevin, I don't know his last name, Burkhart, yeah, that's in the booth with him. Like they were talking about, like, oh, save some of these plays. One, I think Ben has a bunch of plays like that. I think he has a lot.
100%.
But outside that fact, I think it was one to cool like to do a legit like go fuck yourself Dallas because of last year game. Like I just thought like doing all that shit was kind of it was so in your face that it wasn't even like arrogant. It was just fucking.
Yeah, the last two
cool.
games have really been like, we are like moving on. These
Yeah.
are the Lions of the future. We're not.
Yeah, because we
losing to
hadn't
the Seahawks,
beaten
we're not losing to
we hadn't beaten the
Dallas, or
Seahawks since
Cowboys.
2012 and the Cowboys since 2011.
Yeah.
So,
So that was exercise.
Taking a new
in
lead.
the
That was
last 2
also
weeks, for sure.
cool. But also, I think a lot of calling those trick plays and emptying the bag, I think that low key helps like the team because now if you're a corner and Amon-Ra is fucking out wide single,
you have no idea what play this is.
you can't just fucking go with him because what if fucking Panay runs a hook and ladder and I gotta fucking make this tackle?
That
You know
poor
what I mean?
corner.
Like there's a point where you empty the bag so much where the defense can't just cover shit normally because you have no fucking
I
idea
love-
what is coming.
It really
Like-
sucks that this is the last year that we're gonna get a Ben Johnson more than likely, because like I love the chaotic fucking offense that he runs.
It's just
amazing.
Yeah, he's gotta go this year. He's gonna get a job. Like I almost guarantee
Well,
it.
especially if we, like, even if we don't win the Super Bowl, if we make it back to at least the NFC Championship, he's moving on. Like unless we like,
I mean,
lose
the
in
thing
like
is
the
we-
wild card round or something this year, God forbid. But like,
Way
you know
jinx
what I
it
mean?
gone.
I think Ben has. We've said that about Ben. Literally, I believe for 3 years in a row now. Like, there's a part of me that's like, Ben's in this to get a fucking ring. Like, if he
Well,
like
exactly.
say like 2 more years go by and like we have a couple NFC Championship appearances, whatever, I could see him being like, yeah. But like, if we go and like we either make it to the Super Bowl or we like NFC Championship and it's a last end game, I could see him being like, you know what? I'm gonna get a fucking job somewhere at some point. Run this shit back. I don't think it's good. Like I wouldn't put money on it happening. But like I wouldn't put money on him coming
I
back
could see
last
that.
year.
I could
You know
see
what I
that.
mean? Like
Like
for
if we get close again and we don't get it, like
literally,
I could see that.
literally the last 2 years we have sat here and said, "There's no way this man's coming back." Last year, I'd have like, "There's 0% chance he comes."
I remember
back.
we were all
He come
depressed,
back
like
twice.
literally so depressed after that game. And then
We were
a
like,
week and a
"Fuck,
half
Ben
after that, we
Johnson's
found out
gone, like,
Ben Johnson's
this
coming
is the
back. We all
closest we're
started
ever
getting
gonna
hyped.
get."
We were like, "Oh shit, Ben Johnson's coming back!"
Yeah.
It re-sparked my love of football. I hated football for about a good 3 weeks, and then he came back, and it's like, okay, now I can be happy a little bit.
Yeah.
Again.
But we absolutely just unbelievable. David Montgomery is unbelievable. Will
Give
always be
David
unbelievable.
Montgomery whatever he wants. We didn't talk about that. I am so glad we re-signed him. I am
Yeah.
so happy.
That was
I-
last recording.
It's huge. It's huge.
I was sitting in a Culver's, and I was almost brought to tears because of how happy I was.
It's the
It's a
most
great
Midwestern
top-
thing
top
I've
tier
ever
moment.
heard.
Yeah, that's he deserves everything out of that contract.
I love
Greatest running back duo in the league. Greatest safety duo in the league. Brian Branch, 2 picks, a forced fumble. Kirby with a pick. Kirby and Brian Branch are unbelievable. You cannot throw the ball over them. Our corners have been okay, like okay at best, but don't dare trying to throw over the top because you are not going to get past Brian Branch or Kirby because they have literally been. Kirby has 4 picks on the year. Brian Branch has 2 and has been unstoppable in the box. Like I'm not even when I say it, I'm not kidding. In my opinion, are the best safety duo in the league. They aren't the best safeties yet, but I truly do see they're the best safety duo in the league because like they're our team. They're not the best safeties, but they are both so good that I think it's not even a challenge. Like I really do believe this that year because I think they're both Pro Bowlers this year. Kirby has been a ball hawk at free safety. You can't throw over top of him. We have not been able. Nobody has been able to go over top of him. And in the box, Brian Branch is stepping up, making plays every second we can see. Forced fumbles, picks, tackles. He is just everywhere across this field hitting people. And he is unbelievable. So the defense and then lighten up. Lee McNeil right there in the middle finally gets paid, is obviously playing good. And it's just, there's a lot that's going on. J-Mo looked good. Laporta finally getting in the end zone. We love to see it. About damn time he actually woke up and put himself out there. But after all that, obviously we do have to talk about the worst thing to happen out of this entire weekend that day. Hutch on a play, on a back, Dak drop backs to pass. Hutch goes to rush him. He swings out wide to get Dak. He wraps himself around Dak, swings his legs out, and his one of his legs unfortunately slams into our D tackle Lee McNeil. Very unfortunate, and breaks his I believe is his tibia. Yep.
Tibia and fibula.
Yep. And he will be out 6 to 8 months is what they're calling, which is a lot better. Some people were thinking he might not even be ready for next year. Sounds like he is going to be out. He will be out the rest of this year, but he should be back stronger and better than ever next year, hopefully. We hate to see it. It's crazy that he isn't. I wouldn't say he is probably. I don't. He is top 5 best. He's a top 5 player on our team, but he isn't the best. And he might not be the top 3 best player on our team, but he may be the first or second most impactful player to lose. Like he really is. I would say him and Montgomery are 2 of the most impactful players to lose right now. And then maybe you throw St. Brown in there just because past JMO, there isn't huge depth. Even though Tim Patrick out of nowhere looked pretty damn good, but losing Hutch, he's easily one of the biggest leaders, and everybody steps behind him. I mean, but him and Panay are what started all of this stuff with Brad, Dan, Ben. Like this whole team that we got built upon grit. It really did start with Aiden. So losing a guy like that is just devastating. But the only thing we can hope as Lions fans is that this is motivation for this team to go kill it for Hutch and get out there for Hutch. But now we're all asking what's going to happen to the D line. The interior is still as good as it's ever going to be, but we got to have some edge pressure. So we're all kind of asking, are we going to go trade for somebody or what's going to happen on the edge? There's a lot of questions to be had there.
I'm in the camp that I think they're going to wait it out this week. They had that practice squad signing today. I can't remember who exactly it was.
Isaiah Thomas coming to bat from basketball to football.
But yeah, so they signed him off of Cincy's practice squad today, and I think they're gonna ride it out this week, see what happens, and then worry about whether or not they should go and get anybody.
Which is fine.
This is gonna be a prove it week. See if the depth is actually as good as they think it is, and can be. Like, you're not going to get that Aiden Hutchinson production because he was kicking ass and was like number 1 in every single stat this year. But as long as you can like get consistent pressure, get home a couple times a game, like you're still sitting fine. Like obviously you want to have that production and you want to have Hutch, but like just listening to some of the things that Dan said today, I don't think they're going to go for a big name star like Crosby or anything. Maybe Hendrickson is on the table. Who knows? But I think they're at least gonna like just let it ride for this week.
Yeah, you got to. You got to see. it sucks that I wish it wasn't Minnesota. Like, I wish we were playing fucking anybody else because this is such a big game to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, this is one of the better, like, their passing attack has been crazy. I know last week, or the last time we saw them against the Jets, it wasn't great, but this is a good team. This is definitely an upper echelon passing team the way they've been playing. So, you go out there and you don't get any sacks, and it's just no pressure. I feel like that might be enough, even after Dan's comments, to sway their opinion. I don't know. I'm pretty worried. It's not even that, like, I'm not like the world's biggest Hutch fan. Like, I like Hutch. I'm not like saying I don't think he's like, out of all the top tier edge rushers, like, I don't put him up there with like those guys like Crosby, Garrett, TJ Watt, those dudes. But like, I think he was so well for us, and it's such a devastating thing because we leaned on him so much. Like, we invested so many defensive resources at positions that are outside edge rushers. Like, we brought in Davenport, but I feel like that was kind of more of like a like, it was a 1-year deal. It was kind of like, what can you do for us? Not so much like oh, we're actually putting money and we're investing into you long term. It was more just kind of like, hey, can you revitalize your career after being a first round pick and not really working out in New Orleans? So other than that, and then Derek Barnes, who's kind of been like, I believe he was an undrafted dude or a late round pick, and he just kind of bounced around the league until he got to us. But it's like we leaned on him a lot more. I expected him at some point to get hurt if we never really replaced him, and it'd be a problem. You don't expect him to get hurt and be out the entire rest of the year, his first ever real career injury. So, like, that's definitely hurting. But, yeah, like Colin said, you got to wait it out this week, see what happens. But I don't know how you guys feel. I want Trey Hendrickson so bad. I am the Browns' biggest fan this week because they play Cincy. I feel like Cincy's an unexpected loss away from starting to sell a piece or two, and I think Hendrickson is a perfect.
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson would be crazy. He is disgusting.
I just feel like they're very similar in the way they play. They're both just high motor guys, and then going forward, you pair them together next year. Oh my god,
Nasty.
That would be deadly.
All right, Colin, let's run through some picks.
All right. We are
starting it off hot on Thursday Night Football. Let me tell you.
We
What
got
a game.
back-to-back ugly fucking games.
Spencer Rattler prime time. Holy shit!
Let's go. Wait, is Derek Carr actually playing that very much?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Oh
Spencer
my
Rattler.
God. Kamara's questionable. Fuck.
I think he'll play. He'll play.
Sure, week.
Yeah, Broncos at Saints. Man,
Harden practice today.
Carden in practice today.
Sean
like
Payton homecoming playing his old team too.
I was just about to bring that up too. That's I don't think he's played the Saints since he left.
I don't think
so.
he has. You know what?
What, Colin?
I think since we all got hot on the Saints, they have entirely looked like a different team. Part of that is because of the whole Derek Carr shit. But I think, give me the Broncos in New Orleans.
Yeah, Saints are bound to get a win. They're 1-4 in their last 5. I'm gonna go Broncos.
They're 2-4 in their last 6. So
yeah.
Well, they started 2-0. Now they're 2-4.
Who did you go with, Dallas?
I'm gonna go Broncos.
Okay. I don't know if I'm just overlooking this
I
or
want
not.
to pick the Saints. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm overlooking this or
entirely
not,
different
but I see the Saints. I'm gonna make a bold ass prediction for the first game. I think the Saints win by like almost 2 touchdowns here. Like I think this could be an ugly game. Like I know the Broncos are not, but they just got their ass whooped by the Chargers. I'm pretty sure. And
Chargers off a bye though, so
that Saints Bucks game was a shootout for a bit. Like,
yeah,
I don't care who plays and who doesn't. I'm gonna say a bold prediction. I think this could be
touchdowns.
I think this could be a 2-score game, maybe even a 17, like almost a 20-point game for the Saints win here. But I'm extremely confident in it. I'm just calling it. Denver's gonna look silly on prime time. So it's a bold prediction. That's a bold prediction. Is the huge win. I think it's a no-brainer that the Saints win. I'm going Saints.
Man, I feel like Marshall going right before me. The Spencer Rattler belief that I have is just rubbing off on him. Let's go Spencer Rattler love.
That was not most of my reason on him.
If they win by 2 touchdowns, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Spencer Rattler had a good game. Okay.
Actually, Alvin Kamara went for 300 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns.
Get the fuck out of here.
Taysom Hill actually came in at quarterback.
Passes.
Yeah.
And they're all incompletions.
Taysom Hill was goated.
Like we just talked about, the Saints have not looked like what they did the first 2 weeks, and we all expected that. I mean, they had a new OC.
I forgot that even happened this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that feels like a lifetime.
That feels like it was last year.
They're 0-4 in their last 4. That's tough. You think they're gonna break it at some point. I don't think. I know I said I kind of like Bo Nix in the preseason. I mean, the Saints have a good defense. They're old, but they're good. I feel like they're going to be good for a couple more weeks before the defense's age really starts showing once they get later in the season, start getting banged up. The Saints were playing well against the Bucs in that game. I'm going to go with the Saints. I'm a Spencer Rattler believer. Spencer Rattler legacy game incoming. He's going to throw for 300 yards on Pat Surtain alone. Yeah,
Pat Surtain alone is insane.
I think Chris Olave isn't going to play. Rashid Shaheed only had like 1 catch last game. But, hey, Rattler's going to find a way to get it done.
All right. Moving on, ugly game part 2.
This is a real ugly game.
Patriots and Jags in London. If you were thinking about getting up early to watch the London game this week, don't even bother.
Leap in, boys.
I'll be up at 6:30 watching the pregame for this.
I don't even think Jags and Patriots fans are waking up early to watch this fucking game.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
God. All the tie, Colin. This is the worst football game I've ever seen.
Jags continued to make the Bears think that they have hope for this year. This past week, what did the Patriots do this past week? Got blown out by the Texans at home. Awesome. Fantastic. I can't ride either team. Oh, God. I feel like the Jags got to break through eventually, right?
Jags own London, man. They play over there.
I know.
A real home field advantage this week means they've stayed there.
I feel like more often than not, though, the Patriots have been in their games, though, right?
I mean, last year when they went to London, remember they dropped that game.
But they lost 15-10 to the Dolphins without Tua.
Hey,
you're overthinking.
Colin, can we not spend more than 5 minutes on the
Jags.
freaking Patriots Jaguars? Holy shit!
Give me the Jags.
I'm time picking Colin. I'm not gonna lie.
Give me the Jags.
Okay. Yeah, no. Jags got to get this win if they want to survive the rest of the season. I do think Drake May has a pretty good showing, but I think it'll be like a 3-point game.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet and not put my blood, sweat, and thoughts into this pick like Colin. Give me the Jags.
Gosh.
Shut up.
No, I'm not going to go. I really do want to go Patriots here. Like Dallas just said, I think
Do it.
I think Drake May is going to like
this.
Oh,
fuck. I forgot Drake May starting. Oh, shit.
I think he looked good this last week. I think he's genuinely going to fucking light up this defense. Their secondary's not good at all. They are fucking awful. Like Dallas said, I think it's going to be a 3-point game. I'm going to go with the Jags just because that big advantage of staying over there. But this is kind of a hot take. I think the Jags are going to win, and I still think Doug Peterson's going to get fired once they get back to America. I think he's going to be
that's hot take.
I think even if he wins, they're 2-5, and they got blown the fuck out. I think he would have got fired last week if they didn't play back-to-back games in London. Because, you're going to fire the dude in London and make him fly back solo. Like, you might as well just let him fucking coach the next week. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think the decision to fire him was made last week, and they're just going to let him ride out this week. Like, I mean, if they go out there and they, like, fucking 50-piece the Patriots, maybe not. But, like, if it's a field goal game and you barely beat the Patriots, yeah, I feel like you can still get fired off of that.
Before we get to the next pick, not to get completely off topic, but, man, I mean, the one good thing about the Cowboys is Amani Oruwariye was locking down people on the Cowboys
Yeah,
secondary.
he did a
Man.
really good job locking down Tim Patrick.
Yeah, yeah. Don't. That was a fluke play, bro.
Oh.
Tim Patrick pass interference to man.
You know,
Leave Amani alone. He's
you know
goated.
the Cowboys defense is in fucking shambles when Amani's playing real
Shut
snaps.
up. I actually ordered me an Amani Cowboys jersey.
Amani is worse.
All right, your Lions
Amani's
fan
the
card is
worst.
revoked.
Amani is a worse corner than Tom Kennedy is a receiver.
Yeah, there it
No.
is.
Let's see.
baby.
One touches the field, one gets water for
Kennedy touches the
everybody.
field.
Hey,
No,
Tom
he
Kennedy
did. Yeah, he
touches
touches the
on
field when he's
kickoff.
sitting on the bench.
Oh, he got red zone. He got red zone snaps.
Honestly, you know what we need to do? We need to trade back for Amani.
So
he
did
needs to
Dan
get back on the
Skipper.
Lions.
All right.
We need Amani
Okay.
back on the
Let's
Lions.
move
All
on.
right. Moving on. Battle for the NFC North, Part 1. Lions at Vikings. This is a stressful fucking game. I am like super nervous about this.
So many storylines going into this game.
Yeah, I have a stat pulled up. All 4 of the NFC North teams lead the entire NFL in point differential this year. It's Vikings at plus 61, Lions at plus 60, then the Bears at plus 47, and the Packers at plus 41, which is just nuts.
To be fair, the Bears really got helped out this week.
They
that
did.
blowout really helped
the
that
last
out.
couple of weeks. Let's be real. They're kind of going on a run like the Packers did last year, where they're just not playing anybody.
All because
But-
Caleb Love or Caleb Williams, not Caleb Love.
Caleb Love. But yeah,
That just sounds like the worst quarterback of all time.
I also think that
Or a really good basketball player for North Carolina.
I also have another stat. This Lions defense is insane, especially in the red zone. When teams have thrown passes in the end zone against the Lions, they are 1 of 14 for 10 yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 interceptions for a 23.8 QB rating. And shout out to Kirby Joseph because 4 of those 5 interceptions have been to Kirby Joseph in the end zone. And that's the most by a player in the end zone in a season since 2006. And that's as far as that stat goes back in the data. So
And
like,
we're-
it could
we're
even be
in
longer.
We're in week
Huh?
7. That's the crazier part. We're not
Yeah.
even halfway through the year.
So anyway, all of
Donnie,
that to say,
backtracking, who'd you pick, Jags or Patriots? We got off topic.
we did.
I don't think I picked.
You sent it to me, so I figured you did, but I wasn't.
Oh
paying
no, I
attention.
said Jags win because I said Peterson was gonna get fired even though.
Oh
the
yeah,
Jags-
you're right.
Yeah.
I just
So
didn't like
anyway,
say it straight.
all of that to say, I think that this is going to be a scary fucking game, but I think the Lions are going to come out on top. I think the defense is good enough that we can, even without Hutchinson, squeak out a win. But man, this is going to be a scary game, and like one too many mistakes is going to be the difference here.
See, Colin was focused on the one side of the ball. I'm going to focus on our offense versus what is the number 1 defense in the league right now.
That's the real matchup right there.
That's the real matchup. I think as long as Ben doesn't get cute this week, I think we can get the dub. Normally when he starts doing too much is when we start losing. So I'm going to go Lions, get the dub. The Vikings got to lose at some point, and I think this is it.
I haven't seen any moon phases in a while. It's been a minute since I've heard a moon
It's only
phase
on
update.
Thanksgiving. You bet your ass I'm preparing that for when we make
I was
it.
gonna say you better have a fucking graphic that week, dude. What's the fucking moon on Thanksgiving?
I gotta keep it going. I mean, the Marshall curse is still alive. I have guessed the Lions game every single time wrong, and the one time I picked the Lions, we lost. So I'm gonna keep it going. If we had Amani Oruwariye, I would think we'd win. But
oh my-
unfortunately, we do not. We do not have one of the top 5 corners in football.
If we had Amani, all you would be doing is fucking getting water for Aiden on the bench. That's all the fuck he would be doing. That's it.
No, he'd be locking down Justin Jefferson. Gotta keep it going. The Marshall curse is still alive. Give me the Vikings.
I'm very torn on what to think about this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say that I like Kevin O'Connell. I respect him. I respect B-Flow and that defense. I don't really respect the offense. And I think they look pretty bad against the Jets right before their bye.
I was going to say, it is worth noting that they are coming off a bye and they're at home.
I think that's important. Like I said, I respect Kevin O'Connell.
But, like, basically the Lions had a bye if you think about it.
I don't want to go on too far of a limb here because I could really look like a dumbass. I'm calling blowout. I think the Lions win by 10 plus. I think we fucking roll. I think the Vikings, like Dallas said, I think the Vikings are going to lose eventually. And I don't hate Sam Darnold, but eventually this offense is going to fucking sputter because he doesn't have a track record of playing a year-long worth of good football. And I think that starts this week. I think we go out and we beat some ass. The pass rush scares me. Like I say, their offense is going to come out and be a dud, but their offense could do well just because Darnold has so much time. Like if the pass rush comes out and it's that bad, you know what I mean? So that kind of scares me. That's why I was kind of like torn, but fuck it. Lions are going to win by 10. I don't care.
I think if the Lions are legit, this sounds so dumb to say about a team that's led by Sam Darnold at quarterback, but I think if the Lions are legit, this is the first game that it's like, okay, they win this game, they're like for real. You know what I mean? They're just playing so hot and coming into their place. Like, that's going to be a packed stadium. I know it's a 1 o'clock game, but that game's going to be packed. It's going to be loud. Like, you come out of that with a dub, like, you're legit. So.
Man, it feels like a must-win on both sides.
It does. Well, I mean,
and the Vikings.
This division might come down to, like, these 2 games with the Vikings. Like, it might be that.
This is the thing. Like, this is such an important game for the division, and obviously whoever wins it is going to be leading it. But, like, the Bears aren't going away. Their second half schedule is fucking easy as shit. And, like, I don't respect the Packers at all, but, like, they're going to be around 500. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, if you get 2 games back in this division, I feel like that's a stressful spot to be even this early in the year. So, like, you got to win this one, it feels like, you know?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right, let's roll through these next 2
we can
games.
roll through these next 2. Titans at Bills.
Bills Mafia.
Dog shit game. Give me the Bills. Can't wait for the meme, though. Can't wait.
Dolphins at Colts. Sounds like Tua's not going to be back this week, so I'm going Colts.
Old man Flacco. Give me the Colts.
Yeah, Miami is awful without Tua. It's crazy to say because Tua's just okay, but give me the Colts.
Yeah, I think Richardson might play, which honestly makes me feel like the Colt. Like if he plays, I feel like they'll have more of a chance. You know what I mean? Like he's questionable, and I believe he's taking reps in practice, from what I saw. But yeah, I'm gonna go Colts either way because I think Flacco's gonna start.
Yeah. Seahawks at Falcons. Not to continue like the Kirk Cousins hype for a minute, but give me the Falcons.
You are the biggest Kirk Cousins lover in the world.
Bro is fucking taking what me and Marshall thought and turned it up by 20. Like, he is a fucking outright fan.
Listen, I'm not saying he's going to throw for like 500 yards. I just think the Falcons are good.
You literally just did, actually.
Give me the Falcons.
You guys know why Colin always goes with the bird background now? It's because that jersey right there behind him is actually a Kirk Cousins framed signed jersey, and he just doesn't want.
You got me.
I mean, the number is number 8, so like.
No, it's 26 actually.
Oh, he was 26 in college.
No.
Le'Veon Bell was.
I thought that was a Kenneth Walker jersey.
No. Also, Kenneth Walker wore number 9.
Ah, fuck. Sorry. Don't act like I was super far. Go fuck yourself. I was like, you dumbass, you were 1 number off. It's like, okay, sorry.
All right, anyway, I'm taking the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to go Falcons.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Falcons, I feel like are gonna be in for like a bad. They're due for a bad game here soon to keep them in the division with the Bucks. But I don't. I'll go Falcons too.
Man, Seattle's kind of playing for the season after starting 3-0. Like if you fucking drop 4 straight, that's kind of iffy. It's a long trip for Seattle. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I'm not super confident in it just because the Seahawks are so desperate, but I'll go with the Falcons.
All right, Texans at Packers. My immediate reaction was Texans, no question, but it's starting to get a little cold, and it might play a factor more than you might think. But I am going to lean Texans, but I think it's going to be a pretty close one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Texans. I think this is gonna be low scoring. Probably come down to a field goal.
This is a rough game. Because it's in Green Bay and Houston has sometimes looked off. I'm gonna go Green Bay.
Not to totally shit on what Colin just said. I just looked up the weather in Green Bay for this weekend because I know it's going to be warm.
It's going to be like 70 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be 73. So
all right.
It's going to be 73, which, hey.
All right, well,
you're not wrong in that assumption. It is getting cold.
And the points.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I picked the Packers at all, and I'm not going to fucking start. Give me the Texans.
All right, Bengals at Browns. God, Jesus Christ.
We should go to this game.
Give me the Bengals.
You couldn't pay me to go to this game. Get the fuck out of here.
If it was in Cincinnati, I would think about it, but I'm going to be in Cincinnati this weekend. But
this game could be at Union City High School, and I wouldn't go to that fucking game. Are you kidding me? There's no way.
This game is very conflicting. Being
just
the
so
Browns,
everyone knows, this game is not at Union City High School.
The Browns always beat the Bengals, and then the Bengals barely beat the Giants.
Who'd you go with, Colin?
I went with the Bengals.
Okay.
But
I think that Giants defense is what is carrying the Giants.
We interrupt Dallas so much.
That's fine. I was just gonna give out my fun stat of the week. Deshaun Watson has more cases settled than touchdowns since he's joined the Browns. So I'm gonna.
What a goat!
He's also 0 for his last 26 on third down conversions, I think.
Nope, he got one last week against
he did get one?
That's why Eagles fans were so pissed, even though they won. They were like, we won, but we played so bad in the win that we let Deshaun Watson convert a third down. And it was like a 3rd and 11, too. So, like, it wasn't like a fucking easy one.
I mean, he was going to break the streak eventually.
Cheapest ticket, $50 to go to this game. I say we all make a trip and go.
It's $15.
50.
Oh.
50 is cheapest.
No, spending 50.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go. Only other game I'd go. The only football game I go to in Ohio is a Bowling Green game, so I'll go Cincinnati.
Wild statement.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I got rooting interest outside literally just this game. I want the Bengals to lose. I think honestly, like Dallas said, they always play Cleveland shit. I think Joe Burrow is literally like 1-4 or 1-5, something like that against the Browns. That's not exactly right because I think he's played them more than that. But like he does not have a good record against the Browns, even though he is playing well. So I will give him that. But yeah, they barely beat the Giants, given it was in MetLife. But fucking still, yeah, I'm gonna go Browns, and I think if the Browns win, the Bengals really could start selling some pieces.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, you are a Detroit Lion.
Fucking
no.
yeah, I'm overseeing that, dude. He would cost us like 8 first-round picks. Like, get the fuck out.
No shot. I think we're more likely to land fucking Crosby than we are Garrett, but
or Trey Hendrickson. Let's go Browns.
Maybe we'll see. Well, it also would depend on how we do this week without Hutch, because if we do fine against the Vikings, who have done a pretty good job of protecting Darnold this year, then
that's why we got to get up. We got to get up so we can see what the pass rush looks like. If we fucking if it's 20-0 Vikings out of the gate, like, it's gonna suck because we're gonna not only lose, but like it's another week of not seeing what the team looks like without a pass rush. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we got to figure out what we look like without Hutch.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, Eagles at Giants. Andrew Thomas just went down. I think it was today. So, God, I want to make a sneaky pick and take the Giants here, but I think with that, they are going to be even worse at protecting Daniel Jones, and the Eagles are going to take this one.
Another ugly win for the Eagles.
Yeah, I was going to say Eagles are going to win, but it's not going to be pretty. Eagles fans
they
are gonna
looked
be pissed.
they looked rough against the Browns. Like bad. I don't know what's going on in Philly. We didn't talk about it. Nick Sirianni.
I was gonna say I was gonna bring it up with my pick. We did not talk about fucking yelling at fans.
Yelling at his own fans. For that alone,
And then
you might be
himself
out
in the press
You-
conference after the
You
game.
lose. I'm telling you right now.
He brought his kids to the press conference.
Bro's
Yeah, he brought his
literally
kids into
the
the press
definition
conference.
of a crash out. Like, bro
You
shaved his head
lose-
and everything.
You lose one or
Britney Spears as a head coach.
you lose one or two more games, like in the next couple, he might be gone. You cannot battle it out with the people that pay to come watch your game. Come on now.
Like Philly got rid of fucking Andy Reid. Like, and
Yeah.
he didn't do shit but
Yeah.
win.
Sirianni could be gone. Honestly, Ben Johnson could become a freaking Philadelphia Eagles head coach at the end of this year.
God, they would.
That
go
would
on
go
a tear.
nuts. The
Dude,
Eagles
Jalen
would.
Hurts MVP would be my ticket day one. Not even.
Yeah. I'd put $100 on it, or just the Eagles win the Super Bowl because
Bowl,
Ben
yeah.
Johnson in that team. Oh my gosh,
Take
bro!
one
Would
in Johnson offense.
here comes the tush push. We all expect it on 4th and 1, and Jalen Hurts is running backwards. Oh wait, he throws for an 80-yard touchdown off a tush push. It's like
He would turn a
God.
tush push into a hook and ladder to the center. Like it would be the craziest fucking thing.
Jason Kelsey would actually run out of the tunnel during the play. Back on track, yeah. Sirianni yelling at the fans is crazy. That's insane. If they were playing anybody else this week, I would go with them. But I don't think the Giants can get it done, so I'll go with the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles always play the Giants and the Commanders close when they were both bad. Even when they like went to the NFC Championship, it was always a close game. Yeah, off the Nick Sirianni thing, I did see something. It's not confirmed. Pat McAfee brought it up on Reddit. I guess I don't know if it was the guy himself or a fan next to him, but him yelling at the fan was the fan at halftime was yelling at Nick, "We need to run the ball," and Nick like talked to the fan, which it's still a bad look. Said to the fan like, "We will, don't worry, we will," something like that, and then they won the game. And he went and told the guy like, "I told you we'd run the ball," like that, which either way is not good, but like it's not as bad as being like, "Fuck you," like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think the Eagles, it's going to be close, but Giants just don't have enough talent anywhere to win. Malik Neighbors is probably going to come back, so like that's good for the Giants, but yeah, I'm not going to bet against the Eagles.
All right, Raiders at Rams. Holy bad game. Jesus Christ.
Team with no Cooper Kupp might be back this week. That's expected.
I clicked into this game, and the first article in the news tab was Week 7 slate could help Rams get back into NFC West race. They're 1-4 right now.
I mean, the
They're-
NFC West is very lackluster right now, so.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
is.
that's true.
They're just so hurt, man. They didn't even keep it back.
I don't. Fuck it. I might pick a tie for this game.
Oh my gosh.
If Cooper Kupp comes back,
Is he back this week?
he's questionable. It's been the first time like he's practiced, I'm pretty sure,
Fuck
since
it.
he's
Give me
hurt.
the Rams. It's at home. Give me the Rams.
And Jacoby Myers is hurt for the Raiders, which is big because he's now their wide receiver one.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
Like he's pretty good.
Henry Ruggs about to come out there.
Raiders are in shambles. Crosby, big game to get him his ticket out. Stafford's gonna get sacked like 4 times. Let's go Rams.
Took the words right out of my mouth. The Rams are going to win, but Stafford's getting sacked at least 12 times. This man Crosby is going to come out with a vengeance to just get traded to any team. But the Rams will end up getting it done. So
Yep. Outside rooting interest in this game too, just in case on the off chance we get Crosby. Yeah, the Raiders are in a free fall. They just don't fucking have anything other than Crosby worth a single damn on that team. I think Stafford, even though like I don't think Cooper Kupp might not play. Like it's not a guarantee that he's gonna play. Sean McVay came out and said, I'm gonna go Rams just because I mean in LA, Stafford, I think he can do enough to be a Raiders team that has nobody.
Rams are 7-point favorites.
It's kind of crazy, not gonna lie.
That is a little crazy. I would give them like a 3-point favorite. It's basically a pick 'em.
Because the Rams still have nobody. So the books think Cooper Cup's going to play by that line.
Yeah. Panthers at Commanders. Give me the Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
Commanders are going to roll.
Yeah. Chiefs at Niners. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
How is this not Sunday Night Football? Like,
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs to take their first L in San Francisco. They're due for their first L. They've looked a little rough.
Oh, that's true. I forgot they haven't lost yet.
Yeah, they're good, but they've had their issues. Rashi Rice going down is gonna hurt. They haven't added anything. Pacheco's still hurt. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be a really good game. I'm gonna take the 49ers. I'm actually pretty decently confident. I don't think it's gonna be a crazy game or anything. I just think it probably might be like a game-winning field goal or something like that. Vengeance for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Jordan Mason, I think, is not expected to play. He's questionable, but I can't remember what he did.
Again, we all said you could put me behind that line, and I'm going for at least.
True.
Oh yeah,
They had the guy that ended up having like an 80-yard carry, so like he seems decent. What were you gonna say, Dallas?
I was gonna say, let me get my hot take out of the way. Christian McCaffrey did not deserve his Offensive Player of the Year award because anybody can just run up at running back and do good on this fucking offense.
I mean, not wrong.
Christian McCaffrey was doing crazy shit before he got there.
He didn't deserve it.
Still the best offensive player in the league.
Hey,
It's a weapon. Not
behind
player.
that O line, so is Mason.
It's not even the O line. It's just Shanahan's system, man. But yeah, I feel like I'm very opposite of you guys. I think the Chiefs are gonna fucking destroy the 49ers. I think this is the Chiefs haven't they've been winning, but they haven't been blowing people out, or they haven't been putting on a show. I think Juju last time we saw them getting involved is a big deal. Off a bye, I'm never gonna bet against Andy Reid off a bye. That's just, I think statistically he's only lost a handful of times in his entire career off a bye. So yeah, the Niners are coming off extended rest, so that's kind of a big deal. And in San Fran, I think that's a big deal. But yeah, I think the Chiefs kind of get up to play these bigger games against actually good teams. So yeah, give me the Chiefs.
All right. Jets at Steelers. Give me the Steelers.
I believe Russell Wilson is starting his first game as a Steeler. I don't know.
Never mind.
No, I believe they're sharing first team reps, and Tomlin still hasn't said who it's gonna be.
I don't know how you don't give it to Justin Fields. Bro is playing amazing right now.
I'm gonna say ride him until he starts to suck. You know.
Literally.
Pause.
I realized as I was saying that was a hell of a pause, but
Ain't no way.
I realized as I was finishing that was a
Ride
hell of a
him
pause.
and
As you're finishing
starts
what?
to
You're
suck.
finishing what, Colin? Come on now.
As I
That's
finished
gotta
saying
stay
that,
in.
Jesus Christ.
That's a
Y'all
TikTok
are
right
fucking
there.
12 years old, all right.
That's a TikTok.
No, said ride him until he sucks.
Ride with Justin Fields until he starts to play bad. All right. There you go.
Said ride him till he sucks.
You guys are fucking-
Bro, I wasn't even half paying attention more than thinking about my pick, and I just hear that in my ear. I was like, what am I tuned into right now? Hold
Who are
on.
you picking, Dallas?
I'm gonna go Steelers. Shout out to Justin Fields.
I agree. Shout out Justin Fields. No riding with you today. Shout out Justin Fields. I'm all agreeing with what they said. I don't understand how he can't be the starter. He has not proven why he should not be the starter. He has played very good ball. I think he needs to play out until, again, as Colin pointed out. But I'm gonna
Put that on
actually
a
pick.
t-shirt.
I'm gonna actually pick the Jets here. I think the Jets sneak out a win. I think the Steelers are due for. They already had an L against Cowboys, but I think they're gonna take an L here at home. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with Steelers here. It's just at home. I don't know why. Something tells me it's gonna be the Jets.
At home, primetime game.
I don't know. I still think it might be the Jets. I really do.
Yeah, as a resident non-Justin Fields believer, I do think he should continue to start for more than the reasons that he isn't turning the ball over, and that's always been his biggest problem. I think the Steelers' O-line isn't good, and Russell's kind of a sitting duck now that he's getting older. So, like, Fields, just for his ability to get out of the pocket, I think it's a smart idea to stay with him. But, yeah, like Marshall said, I'm kind of very torn on this game. Whatever side I pick, I fully expect to lose. I think the Jets are going to get a hell of a boost with Devontae if he plays. Also, the Steelers at home, regardless who's playing quarterback. I think the Jets are going to go on a run, but like I also think the Steelers are going to win this game. So it's kind of iffy. I'm going to go Steelers, but I do think a Jets run is coming. I just don't. It's going to start this week.
All right, Ravens at Buccaneers.
Can we
It's a good game.
Can we quit getting these dual Monday night games?
Yeah, what is with this weird 8:15 and 9 o'clock?
It's just fucking. It's like at least the first game's good, Ravens Bucks, but the fucking next one's awful. Like,
yeah.
And
Who
we've
asked
had
for that?
we've had
a
dual
1 o'clock
Monday night games. I feel like every other week so far, and
Yeah.
it's like, who asked for this?
I don't know.
I don't the literal answer to a fucking rhetorical.
You know,
question.
let's rapid fire. Colin, you pick both games. We'll all pick both games right
All
now.
right, Ravens at Buccaneers. Give me the Ravens, but I think this is going to be a crazy game after the week that the Bucks just had. And then give me the Chargers over the Cardinals.
I'm rolling with the Birds, Ravens, Cardinals.
Go Birds.
I'm also rolling with the Birds. Give me Ravens, Cardinals.
I think that Ravens Bucks game is going to be the. I don't want to say game of the week because
I'm
Chiefs.
glad we get to watch that.
It's going to be a fucking great game. That looks like. Yeah, I'm excited to watch that game. It's in Tampa. Ravens are fucking.
Shit, is Raymond James even up and running after that hurricane?
That's fair. Yeah, they're.
they did it. Cleanup was very effective apparently, and it was cleared actually
I
by
saw that they said that
The
Marlins
Rays.
the Rays.
The
sorry.
Rays won't be ready till
Rays won't be ready for
Next
opening
year.
day next year. So.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
that's a tough situation. But, yeah. God, that one's fucking tough, man. I'm gonna go with the Ravens just because they've been on such a roll since starting 0-2. But that's another one I'm not confident in. The Bucks could easily win that game, and I wouldn't be surprised. The next one though, the other one's kind of tough too. I'm gonna go Chargers. I think they're just a better team, but Cardinals' offense keeps them in every game, man. It's just that defense is so bad. But their run defense specifically is bad, and the Chargers run over everybody, so I'll go with the Chargers.
All right, that's picks.
Do we want to do anything else, or we all just want to be able to go to bed?
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone else do the outro. I did the intro.
12:30.
All right, short, little short. No pit, no bet, but maybe that's a good thing. We'll be back next week with trivia
It's a bye
and
week
bet.
for the-
We all had a
Hold
busy
on,
schedule.
hold on.
No bet. Maybe that's a good thing.
All right, Donnie. You know what? You got till 12:36 to give us a bet. Go.
I got us right now. Trust. Give me Patriots plus 5.5 and Browns plus 6.5. That's a trap line.
Can we get a David Montgomery touchdown in there?
I mean, that's pretty fucking he had every week. I think.
All right.
And a David Montgomery first touchdown score.
All right.
All right, there we
Bro,
go. That's what's gonna make it not
Hey,
gonna hit.
hey, I want to say this because I thought of this during after the Cowboys game. Dan Campbell must be watching this fucking show because there ain't no goddamn way. First two legs, the easiest money you're gonna get. That over 50, I got it over 50.5 as the line came down actually on game day. Free fucking money. David Montgomery touchdown, free money. We scored almost 50 fucking points and none of them went to Gibbs. That was deliberate. Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
We were fucking running routes to tackles, dude.
Hey,
And you're telling me
shout out
you
Dan Campbell
couldn't
if
get
you're watching
six?
this.
Hey, Dan Gamble's
go.
watching
Get
this.
six?
He saw the TikTok. He said, "I can't let this hit."
This man Taylor Decker got more targets at the end zone than fucking Gibbs did, dude. Like
He did that on
that's
purpose.
deliberate. That is deliberate as it fucking gets.
Well, we appreciate you guys for watching the podcast again. A little bit of a short cutoff week this week, but it is late. We all had a busy week, so we'll be back next week, better than ever. We are almost we are getting closer to halfway through the season here. This was week 7 picks we're making, so it's crazy. Before we know it, we'll be back in February and missing football again. So appreciate you guys for watching. We will see you guys next week for another episode, and peace.